Oh, this is Ennis Bint. Classic aeroplane. Push wheels, tail off. Now you fall back. Should be here for any second.
Oh, he stuck it on a bit. 55 for Ennis there. Still got the Gypsy Major, 130 horse, the original engine in it. Brian's from Nokamai Station, just south of Queenstown, down the foot of Lake Wakatipu. All the way from Wales, hence the registration.
Looks good.
45 XCFI of the Wakatipu Aero Club, some 12,000 hours of flying time with Calvin, and he's now flying at Esquid for CAA.
Ankovitz, Ollie Neville, Vanessa Leonard, you're the lucky ones. You need to report to the Wanaka skydive tent at 11 o'clock. Unfortunately, they're floating a bit now. A little bit of a tailwind component here as well, and crosswind as well.
Oh, that's
a
very
nice one. There we are, on the
very,
break.
very nice. Bruce Clulo.
50 metres there for Bruce.
But look at this. The approach is looking good. Get it. Oh, you can slow it for very, very twitchy conditions now with a light shifty breeze. Very twitchy.
These are a brand new aircraft, folks, you can build. They're part carbon. It's a no landing.
There's a lovely looking approach here. Will he get inside those cones? Yes, he does.
This is one of the old original Cubs, this one. 55.
But wonderful old farmer, loves his flying, and he just kept this beautiful antique aeroplane flying, and he just flies it so beautifully.
Beautiful there too, well within the cones. Not a bad landing at all there, Brian.
Good.
This aircraft is worth a lot of money, folks. It's a totally original. Just holding it there, holding it there. Hold it off, switch, dribble the throttle there just to bring it back up again. And nice.
That's very smart.
On the brakes.
And finally the CAA. This will be interesting.
70 metres. This aircraft is stretched for full aerobatics.
Hopefully won't need those.
Oh, nice, Calvin. Very nice.
Yep, that's very good.
Looking for a tight 80 metres there for Carlton. Brakes, off he goes. Now the wind today is helping with the takeoff. 60 metres, he's taken 180 horsepower here, they weigh nothing, and he's off. Look at that.
That's one of the height of the Super Style.
Did 38 earlier. This is an amazing little aircraft, this, folks. He's off.
Look at that.
29 metres. And he's off. That's a short one. He had 41 metres. Right, what's this one in it? 55 earlier. Unglued. Oh no. Whoa, a bit more. 44 metres. 130 horse, the old 6.4 litre inverted 4-cylinder. Look at that, he's got the tail off.
He just flies it so beautifully, doesn't he?
Complete with rolly and mount.
There you go. Yeah, Brian, there you go, Brian, good boy.
80 fans. That's a nice one. 45 to beat. 45, so he hasn't changed there. See Carlton's ailerons there. He's just compensating for a little bit of crosswind. And off. Nice. 85 metres. Right. They've got a bit of a crosswind this time. They'll be getting a little bit of mechanical turbulence too off the gold and titanium stands here.
See the twitch there now, Grant, is he coming in?
This is a beautiful aircraft. 70 metres to beat. He's down. Slight bounce, but that's nice.
That's
on the brakes. 60 metres.
And Bruce Clulo in the Carbon Cup yellow and grey.
So this is state-of-the-art, brand new, 180 horsepower. Look at the size of those flaps in the back of the wing there. He's going to plop it down. It's from touchdown to stop.
That's pretty good.
Bit of a bounce there.
And here he is, the hero of the day, John Cox.
PBC. Didn't quite get that. CBB, John Cockshawn.
Oh, that's incredible. Superstar. That's my fault. Sorry, John.
He had a no land. 30 metres there, folks. He had a no landing earlier of 60, and we'll have the results later. Look at Innes here, folks. Straight in, on the brakes, turns off. 55 there for
Some very, very tough composition.
this is a beautiful aircraft, folks. It's all out in red leather inside. It's
so
mint, absolutely mint.
You could land it on your back wall.
Okay, he's knocked off 15 metres there as Brian, the Mayor of Nockham. Another good one looking here if he doesn't bounce it, holding off down, slight bounce. Oh, that breaks me, old son. There we are. 2 landing fees there for Wanaka. Go on, Carlton, hold it off now, plop it down.
Heard you, Grant.
Everything I told you. Look, it's a beautiful landing. See him using the wing down crosswind method? I saw an aircraft coming in early using the wing up method. Thought that might have been our first lighty in the Clutha.
52 formation loop has never been done at a civil air show. Pretty darn tidy. There's the outside aircraft with the smoke on. We'll see them break into 2 groups shortly, people. So one man will call break, and they'll all pull in different directions. So just keep an eye on it. Here we go.
How's that, Wanaka?
Takes the road past now towards the Clutha River, pitches up again. Just take note of the wing shape there, the profile, slimmer wing that you'll see on the Spitfire. So it made it a fairly slippery aeroplane. Spitfire, of course, had a tighter rate of turn with that lovely elliptical wing, but it also created a bit more drag. Wasn't exactly the profile you wanted to see in your rear vision mirror if you're flying a Mark 5 Spitfire over the English Channel. The white cliffs of Dover, the whites of their eyes really lit up, and you saw this thing coming up behind. Magnificent aircraft, beautiful aircraft to fly according to John. A little bit different to the Spitfire, and more about that shortly. Display pilots in the business, of course, the lady shows their aircraft along the display line. Ironically, though he's flying a German Messerschmitt, he has amassed 1,000 hours flying Spitfires. He's rated also down to your right, folks, that narrow, tricky undercarriage, not unlike the Spitfire, beautifully rolled out by John. As the Roaring 40s position themselves in the continuation of their display. T6, the original half.
So the predecessor to the beautiful state-of-the-art T6 ticks and 2s that we just saw before from the Royal New Zealand Air Force or 14 Squadron. These were originally from the Central Flying School and were based in Wigram, Christchurch. So the skies of Christchurch of yesteryear used to resonate to the sound of these big Pratt & Whitney RB1340s thundering through the sky.
Just give a wave to John as he goes back along the display line, people. Was it the airframe capabilities of plus 10 to 12, minus plus to 10 to 12 degrees, or G's rather, that's high stress stuff.
A certain way to get Richard to do that as well. They say the same engine as the Yak, probably a different state of tune.
Yeah, well, the horsepower is similar. Actually, I think Jurgis is 400 horsepower. The standard Yak is 360, which is what Rob's is, but Jurgis has got an aeroplane which is a good 100 kg lighter than the Sukhoi, and he's got another 50 horsepower, 40 horsepower power, so very manoeuvrable. And build an aileron just as a quarter or a third of the wing that's used to roll the aeroplane left to right. As Grant said, the whole trailing edge is aileron, so it's what you call real steel cap boot stuff when it comes to putting a boot into high G manoeuvres like this. Look at that, it's just barrel rolling around the Sukhoi.
Now, aside from being a very accomplished pilot, he's also a Sukhoi design engineer. Siberian Lithuanian born. A63, a lot of these high-G aircraft are quite laid back, so to speak, and that's so that the body can actually cope.
Reduced spin. where yesterday I think we counted him at 19 spins, Granny, which that'd be pulling 9 or 10 G's, I imagine, on the way down, so it's pretty incredible.
Very high lateral loading in that as well. So let's watch, let's count them out, Wanaka. Let's see what he can do there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quick,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, that's just breathtaking. Most of us will be unconscious after about 4.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing?
He's just freelance, isn't he? Look at the way he's throwing that airplane around the sky, Grant. He's pitching up on the stall turns, tail slides, spins. Look at these, the hover people. Look
Here
at
we
that.
are. Rob's just in his plane shaking his head.
He is, I've just given up.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, just hovering on the propeller. Now that's something you don't normally see with a fixed wing, as he slides down through, releases the power ever so slightly, the weight of the engine comes over, topples him through like a pendulum, and then down he comes inverted. Very interesting story, you know, born in 1952 in Siberia. His parents were actually deported by Soviet authorities. The family was able to return to Lithuania when young Jurgis was still a small boy. His interest in aviation started at an early age when watching planes landing and taking off from an airstrip near his home in Lithuania, hopefully not like he's doing right now. He became an airframe engineer and was able to start flying aerobatics, and then he went on to become the world unlimited champion twice.
Launch it, tumbling through the air. Crazy. Big high. The pub's gone.
I just ordered a pint.
So the Messerschmitt 109, folks, is at the controls of John Romain. It's strafed the airfield right down. Right, a 111 squadron in the Mediterranean. He's got locked onto the tail of the 109. A scenario would have seen many times over the skies of southern England and the English Channel during World War II.
And the other way around.
John's got a rear vision got a full of now.
These pilots that got here today are both very high.
Anybody with the rank of wing commander could paint their initials on the side of the aircraft. This aeroplane built Castle Bromwich 1944, served the 111 fighter squadron in the Mediterranean, and was handed to the Italian Air Force in 1947. There. 36,000 man-hours went into the restoration, and this aircraft is stationed at the Deer Hangar at Ohakia with the family-owned RNZ of Harvard, and of course the Avenger, which we'll see shortly. So PV-270 is a World War II combat veteran, very, very special, as wing commander at Biggin Hill 1943. Al, of course, has his initials on its side, with 22 confirmed kills and as much as 10 probable. So this is pretty significant history, folks, from a New Zealand point of view. I spent with a short period south-based at RNZ base in Oahu. Note the narrow track undercarriage, kids, and he's wheeling on nice. Well, that's almost a three-pointer.
Yes, one Spitfire lands and yet another one, kind of, lines up to take off.
Yeah, before anyone says it's no, it's Spitfire.
Yeah, we know this.
We know this. It's a Yak 3.
Squadron Leader Sean Perrott, ladies and gentlemen, from a Haki Air Base in Aldea's Mark 9 Spitfire.
Yeah, what a display. Isn't that lovely?
What a great job, ABM. We go to work, just say, what are you doing this morning, Sean? I'm just going to go and hop my Mark 9 Spitfire and go for a bit of a blast.
Go to work? Yeah, go to work. As the Russian equivalent of the Spitfire takes up that...
England not an easy task, but of course, the mandate and as a woman don't want to
Absolutely right.
Beautiful Mark 1 Anson there, piloted by Dave Phillips. Dave has blessed.
Bit of history indications to say that Janssen did shoot down a couple of 109s during the early stages of the war over Dunkirk, so it's been in the battle program, this aeroplane, and punched way above its weight. Isn't that lovely light turn circle it's got there with these lovely little cheap radial engines just coming back towards us. There's the menacing hello. He's taken a hit.
Up it, Dave. This airplane has been beautifully restored, even right down to the details of the maps and the HB pencils that were used at the time. Well, that's the end of Dave and Bill. They've gone into the Clutha. They've gone down to Luggett. Currently in the public bar at the Luggett Hotel.
As the Catalina takes to the skies.
In fact, there was even Anson trials down here in the very early days in the Southern Lakes here with Southern Scenic and tourist air travel with Popeye Lucas.
Air Force paint scheme, captained by Jack Cooper.
Oh, yes.
Designed for you in Russia. In fact, there were rumours that even some of the original crew that built them during the war came out of retirement to help build them. Yak even carried on the serial numbers from the end of production in 1946. So this really is a genuine, as I said, genuine new build Yak fighter.
Two stories are relevant for Wanaka. There's the Bouchon just touching down there. When he met Willie Messerschmitt, he asked why the ME-109s, this is very apt, were prone to their wings falling off in tight turns, and Willie's reply was, well, we had to save bait somewhere. He pressured but callous. And when he met Frank Whittle, later Sir Frank Whittle, he asked, having flown all the German jets, why Whittle was not producing actual flow jets and all about this later. Whittle's response was, I just want my boys to know that their engines are reliable. We don't have any bad technology yet. And Germans did. Like I say, well, here's the 109 with the canopy open. Please acknowledge John Remain, the job he's done, bringing the aeroplane to New Zealand. Took them a whole week to get the thing assembled here for us. Wanaka got a market like that.
Here comes the Anson, the only Mark 1 flying in the world today.
.350 horsepower aside.
That's about the cruise height for yourself from the Northern Ireland. Here it comes straight ahead, folks, over the river terraces. A strafing run, so when I say duck, hit the deck.
Japanese are still asleep in the zeros. First flight of one of these, the Anson, was in March 1935, introduced in 1936. He retired the 28th of June 1968 with the Royal Air Force. Fleet Air Arm also operated them as well, as did Southern Scenic, very nearly into Milford Sound, believe it or not.
We've got to give credit to Bill and Robert Reid again, because look at the colour scheme on this particular aircraft. It's in the colours of 206 RAF Squadron in honour of Pilot Officer Laurie Edwards, the first New Zealander shot down in 1939.
Very serious gentlemen. Lovely pass now for a photo shoot of the Avro Anson, the Mark 1. Interesting, you know, some of these old aircraft actually ended up, I can remember as a kid, driving through the pig routes there with my parents, and there was one on a farm which served as a chicken coop, which was rather sad, but that's what happened to some of these old aircraft.
Because of the sky, so it's always on the north side.
The CEO rather, of Warbirds over Wanaka, Ed Taylor, is, we'll get him on the bus at the end of the show. Victory roll, 1400 horsepower, very happy. V12, Allison. Stage your fly past.
Oh, look at this. Graham through, ladies and gentlemen, in the Ag3. We'll come back along the line and give Graham a big wave as the PBY Catalina and the two Douglas DC3s.
You see why it performed pretty well, guys. That's a nuggety, sleek little machine, isn't it?
Yes, there's a lot of ease in him. It's not really driving much, is it?
No, it just looks like it's built for trouble, boy. It's a stocky little pugilist. Call that. A bit like Ferg. He was a stocky little pugilist when he played for junior All Blacks. Didn't you, Ferg?
Long time ago, Jimmy, yeah. Can you tell us what Mark Shaw said to your son?
No, I'll pass on that one, mate. I think you said a gravity shift a little bit over the years, Ferg. Here's the Catalina, everybody. Look at that, beautifully explained by Fred Emily. The very man who led the refurbishment of this beautiful old ship with New Plymouth over the last 4 years. Spent a lot of his own money and thousands of voluntary man hours getting this thing put back together again. All the trading fabric edges have been replaced. Thousands of rivets have been replaced. It's been repainted inside and out. And an awful lot of money time spent. And look who's joined the party, Grant.
Yes, I can see the mad Lithuanians back out there again.
The maniac Lithuania, he wants a part of the action as well. So see the big cat, folks, just making a nice sharp right-hand turn there on right base, runway 29 to your right. A nice lazy pass. At some stage he will deploy the wingtips, which effectively become the floats, to keep the wing or the aircraft stable when it lands on water, as it did on Friday evening. So that's a part of the aerodynamics of the aeroplane, the wingtips. You can see them coming down now. These are much bigger than what you think. They look quite small relative to the size of the aeroplane, but there are the floats deployed now. And this is what gives the aeroplane its stability as it lands on the water. And look at the shape of the hull. It's like a boat. See the main wheels comfortably retracted into the fuselage there, maintaining a certain amount of streamlining for the old wheel. But these aeroplanes could hold their time in the sky for up to 28 hours in World War II. I knew an old pilot in Norfolk called Johnny Johnson, and that's the duration he had his aircraft aloft, 28 hours, looking for airmen who had been shot down in dogfights over the Pacific Ocean against the Japanese. And when they found them floating around their little life rafts, they'd land on the water, pick them up, and take them back to base. Sometimes they'd hover for as much as 6 hours waiting for the sea conditions to improve so they could drop on and pick these guys up. They're also used very effectively as sub-hunters and long-range reconnaissance aircraft and convoy escort. So just a hugely significant New Zealand aircraft.
These very, very strong airframes too, Jimmy. They've been also used in later days here as fire bombers as well.
Force operated 2 squadrons of Catalina in the Pacific World War II, numbers 5 and 6 squadron, 56 in total.
From stage right, and hard on their tails, oblivious though to them, is Jurgis Keres and the Yuka. Well, they're oblivious to him, should I say. He's just out there and he's going to annoy them somewhat, methinks, very, very shortly.
I don't suspect he's going to try and Yuka them, Garvey. He's got the smoke on, which means he means business. Now watch carefully, people. The little sniper, he's got a couple of dirty tricks up his sleeve. He's tucked under the belly there like a sycophant. You know, the small fish you see under a whale's belly? Well, that's Yuka. He's a dirty little Lithuanian. And the captain of the DC3's got no idea that little sniper's sitting under there. Actually does. Never let the facts get the mind of a good story.
The theatre of the mind, isn't it?
Absolutely. Here comes the Lithuanian. What's he up to now? This is unbelievable. Doing big aileron rolls around a DC-3, a C-47. Captain Jeff Cooper saying, why didn't the DC-3 one of the stars of Warbirds over Wanaka 2016, folks, after a massive 4-year refurbishment and hundreds of thousands of dollars spent just to keep this piece of history flying in our skies over New Zealand. Doesn't it look fantastic?
You say that was 1944?
I don't think Jeff Cooper will be too happy about that. Yes, Captain Jeff Cooper, folks, flying the RNZAF Dakota, as he did way back in the 1960s. He went on to B-737s, became the training captain, B-777 Boeing, who recently retired after 28 years of service for Air New Zealand. So give him a big wave. This is a significant aeroplane flown by a great guy and assisted by his wife Jess. There was cabin crew with him all the years he flew jumbo 747s and the Boeing 777. Wonderful service to aviation right across the spectrum in New Zealand.
He does. He's coming back around now. No, not happy. Beautiful.
Here we go, folks. Here we go. Checking out that clue that I told you. He's gone down there.
Yeah, look at that. I think he might have been hit by the Japanese man.
Bingo! And a victory roll, the P-51. I think Graham Bethel at this particular stage could be quite happy. Just as it would, that's a beautiful three-pointer.
Eyes left, ladies and gentlemen.
The Pacific Theatre has arrived.
The Avenger, the two P-40s, Keith Skilling bringing up the round on the Corsair. Frank Parker, Liz Needham in the P-40s.
Okay. As we see the Plonky taking a run down the display line now, flying by strongly. That's not, it's a P-40. P-40. That's Liz Needham. Two gold springs, another P-40, and the mighty Corsair.